So we thought it'd be kind of fun to show you guys what happens in the office. So we got a brand new feature we're going to bring to you daily, not super long, 1 to 2 minutes, just kind of what's happening at Atlas each day. Here you go. So this was me 3.5 years ago. I came up with the idea, one, because we had a bunch of cameras and we had to do something. Two, I wanted to show you what we do here in the office every single day. Since most of our conversations, at least generally, happen through text, phone, email, that type of thing, this is a way to kind of introduce who we are at Atlas to all of you while you're on a contract out on the road. To my surprise, it became something much bigger and something much more different, and something I think was actually better. If you hop back in the Wayback Machine with me, you'll know that in the beginning, we gave away like vacation vouchers for completed assignments. We did iPad 2s for a while. That's how long we've been doing this, is we gave away iPad 2s for a bit. And then we wanted to make that a little bit more personal. So we created this thing called the Atlas Adventure. And with Matt Lawhorn's help, we have made this almost an industry standard for our travelers. And now other companies are doing the exact same thing. So while you're on a contract, you've got a $400 idea. You can do whatever you want. Now that $400 doesn't come out of your check, and we've said that multiple times over the years. That comes out of our side, but we get to live vicariously through the adventures that you go on. The best one we've ever done, in my opinion, was the photography trip that one of our travelers took to Yosemite National Park. And that one, if you haven't watched that piece of content, that one is fantastic. It is beautiful. She had so much fun taking pictures there, learning about the park. It was something that she would never have done otherwise, but because she was on a contract with us and she took advantage of the Atlas Adventure, she had the opportunity to do something special. We knew pets were important to you on the road. They're your companion. They're the person that you can talk to about your day, and you don't have to be HIPAA compliant because the dog isn't going to tell anybody. Your cat's not going to tell anybody. But your dog's also, or cat is also there to, give you kisses when you've had a hard day, to be there just to snuggle when you know tomorrow is going to be very difficult. So much like we love having pets here in the office, we knew pets were important to you. So highlighting those pets and showing them out on the road with you, and then sharing tips and tricks on housing, pet-friendly housing, pets in an RV, those types of things were very important to us. And it was one of the things that we really found our travelers, all of you, liked a lot. This was a fun surprise. We knew a lot of our travelers traveled in RVs. What we didn't know is that we would make some great friends along the way who were also RV travelers who create their own content. The Farnsworth family has been doing this for a number of years, and John has been a traveling nurse with us for quite some time. His wife homeschools their kids in their RV while he's on a contract, and the content that they produce and what they show the outside world, not only every bit of their lives, but every bit of their lives on the road while they're on a contract, has been vital to other RV travelers out there. And then us sharing that content has opened up their audience even more. They're great friends of ours. They're great. He's a great travel nurse. They're a great family. And we didn't know the fun that would come out of this interaction when we first started doing videos about RV travelers. Now, I've said this before, and I will say it again, my favorite piece of content to do is the Atlas life. It's telling the stories of you on the road during your contract. Being just stuck here in Omaha and not being able to travel out there, again, much like the Atlas Adventure, we live vicariously through all of your adventures, through everything, your ups and downs, through the successes and failures of each contract, and then telling those stories so someone else out there, another travel nurse, or just maybe a perm nurse that's thinking about traveling, can see, hey, this person's just like me. They're doing the exact same job I'm doing, and they're doing this, I could do that. I could go do that exact same thing and live the Atlas life. Atlas All Access was an idea where we could sit down in a professional environment. As much as the other stuff we do is professional, this is a one-on-one sort of professional talk show type style environment, and not only talk to our recruiters or our payroll staff or our HR staff or our finance staff, but also talk to other agencies and other owners of other agencies, and maybe our vendors at the same time. We've had a number of agency owners here that we've interviewed on All Access. We've had a number of different vendors that we've interviewed, and I'm always looking for more of those. At the same time, it's usually informational. So we'll talk about compliance, we'll talk about immunizations, we'll talk about things that are important to you on the road that nobody else is talking about. We talk about pay packages. You want to see how a pay package looks? You want to see the breakdown? We've talked about that multiple times with nurses, with recruiters, with actual numbers, not made up numbers on a whiteboard or anything like that. Actual numbers from a pay package that we could then send to you for a contract, and we'll continue to do those on Atlas All Access. On one of my long drives back from Colorado, I came up with the idea for 5 Question Friday. How could we introduce you, the traveler, to our recruiters in a more intimate and social way? And that's where 5 Question Friday came from. If you go back with me, that first one with Adam Collette was rough. We used to do them on Fridays. They were live at 9 a.m., I think. So the live part kind of threw people off. Now we're recording them, we're editing them, we're putting more content in it, more photographs and videos. We're taking more time. But some of those early ones, Misty Lawhorns comes to mind, were a lot of fun, especially since they were live and we had that kind of element of surprise. I will continue doing 5 Question Friday as long as we keep hiring recruiters, so you can get to know your Atlas recruiter in the often imitated, never duplicated way that we do it. Free Friday came from a place of good, but when I thought there could be so much more. I saw another agency online giving away a hat, one hat. And you had to go through all of these different hoops in order to get put into this drawing for a hat. And I thought, really? No one's gonna do that. If we're gonna do something like that, I wanna do that times 10. And that's where Free Friday came from. So we've given away Instapots, we've given away Atlas swag, we've given away iPads, we've given away, you name it. And we will continue to push the envelope and give away crazy stuff because I like to do it. It has become part of my Friday now, and I love doing them, and I will continue to do them. Just send me some ideas. What kind of would you like? I'll give it away for free. It's no secret that I like to eat, and it's no secret that I like tacos. So it was just a natural progression to take what we called Atlas Eats, where we would just try different things. I think it started with hatch chilies in the beginning, maybe from a meet and greet that Dolan went on and brought some hatch chilies back, which we did way too much with, by the way. We put hatch chilies on everything and then tried it. It was actually really good. Far too long of a piece of content though. And it evolved. We started making food here in the office. What could we make in an Instapot? What could we do in a crock pot? How could I get Karen, our resident chef, involved in that whole process? And then when the pandemic hit, we couldn't do Taco Tuesdays anymore, and I had to go home and do Taco Tuesdays from home. And making white person tacos, quite honestly, most of those were pretty basic. But what we didn't know was the comments we would get on some of these, especially if you remember the pace pecani one, is that in the can that looked like dog food that tasted amazing. That's still getting comments on YouTube, and not necessarily by all of you, by our travelers, but just in general, that piece of content is still getting comments. All right, let's be honest, your job is stressful. And one of the ways that we have found that maybe you get a little stress relief is wine or mixed drinks or beers. And we thought, what better way to help you out than give you some ideas for these? And that's where Wino Wednesday came from. That's where the Tipsy Recruiter came from. And that leads into my favorite, because I'm the host of it, and why not? A beer with Atlas. Our travelers have sent us so many beers along the way, or brought them to us at meet and greets, or dropped them off in the office. They go to a brewery somewhere, they have a beer, and they think, this is awesome. And then they think about us, and they bring it to us, and then we sit down at our table there, and we drink them, we talk about them, and Brian brings some sort of fun research, and we never know what it's going to be. And it's every week I look forward to recording these, and I hope every week you look forward to listening to them. That brings me to our other podcast that we do, Healthcare Horrors, which started off as a Halloween thing that we did, and it turned into, it's every week now, I believe, with Ashley Boyce on the brand team and Alicia Carosella, who is one of our training managers, talking about maybe the stuff that you would see on Dateline or 2020 or Netflix, the darker side of healthcare, maybe when doctors aren't so awesome and they may not do the best stuff all the time, that type of thing, with a fun twist. So that's a fun one I love. If you like that kind of stuff, do not miss Healthcare Horrors. So this being the 1000th episode, we thought not only would we give you a little recap, but at the same time we would just reiterate, why do we do this? It all started from one video that I watched from Gary Vaynerchuk talking to a bunch of ladies about purses and Jay Cutler. And if you want to watch it, it's right here, and we'll put a link in there. That spawned everything, and I thought we could do this. We could absolutely do every bit of this, but then give you an inside look to not only what we do here in the office, but what all of our other travelers are doing out on the road, and create that community. And I think for 1,000 episodes so far, we've done that. So what's next? What's to come? Besides more free besides more 5-Question Fridays, we are doing a new thing called Enhanced Bios. I got that idea a while back. We're gonna take our recruiters and we're going to sit down with them and really understand who they are, what makes them tick, why they do what they do, and then we're going to give it to all of you. It's gonna be a much more polished, long-form way for you to meet your recruiter outside of 5-Question Friday, but you're going to enjoy it. Especially if you're looking for a recruiter, this would be the way to understand exactly who that person is and why they're here and how they could enhance your career as a traveling healthcare professional. If you've been here from the beginning, from number one, thank you so much. It has been so much fun. We started off in that little tiny closet office in the back. It was poorly lit. We looked like hostages. And now we've got an amazing room with great cameras and lights, and they still can't make this look that good, but they try every single day. I hope you've enjoyed the past 1,000 dailies. I hope you enjoy the next 1,000 dailies. I hope you look forward to seeing more about who we are and what we do and how we do it, and then more importantly, what your peers are doing on a contract out on the road, and how that can inspire you not only to be a better traveler, but take those extra chances and have fun while you're out on a contract. That's why you're doing it out there, and we will live vicariously through all of your adventures.